A sophomore attack number 9, Connor Lenfest. A freshman long stick midfielder number 13, Jack Ranta. A senior defenseman number 19, Matt Murphy. A sophomore defenseman number 22, Tommy Wilbur Jr. A sophomore faceoff man number 44, Jack Dobrzinski. And a freshman attack number 55, Dara Fahey. The Beacons are led by head coach Tyler Lowe. He is assisted by Chris St. George, Spencer Lowe, and Jason Wellemeyer. And now the starting lineup for the home team tonight, the number 2 seed, the Plymouth State Panthers. In goal, a sophomore number 1, Robert Porter. A senior defenseman number 3, Sean Peet. A junior short stick number 6, Justin Auger. A sophomore attack number 9, Connor D'Elia. A senior attack number 13, Chris Waterbury. A senior midfielder number 14, Jake Burns. A senior midfielder number 20, Sam McCoy. A junior long stick midfielder number 27, Chuck Harrington. A sophomore defenseman number 30, Zachary Conrad. And a sophomore long stick midfielder number 42, Blake Barden. The Panthers are led by head coach Gordon Webb. He is assisted by Kevin McCarthy and Mike Willis. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
All right, and welcome to the Owl Athletic Complex here on the Fenton Family Dealerships Owls Media Network. We have some men's lacrosse semifinals action here this evening. I'm Matt Holderman, joined alongside by Tyler DeRosa. In case you missed it there, we have starting lineups here on the screen for you. First, the Plymouth State Panthers. There's their starting 10. And they're the 2 seed coming into this matchup tonight. Their opponent will be the 6th seed in the tournament, UMass Boston.
So far, so
the Beacons. They were able to get here tonight with a win, an upset win rather, over number 3 Western Connecticut.
Try your best for me.
Yeah, very surprising upset win actually, because like we said, UMass Boston's ranked as the number 6 team right now in this tournament, and somehow they were able to beat the number 3 team in the tournament.
That's right. It was a good matchup, a solid defensive showing by the Beacons. They beat Western Connecticut 11-7 to come here tonight. So before we get started, what do you expect here tonight, Tyler?
I mean, I think it's going to be a defensive game. These 2 teams are both known for their defense. Neither of them are really high-scoring teams. So I think it could very well be a defensive game. Not very high-scoring. I mean, high-scoring for lacrosse standards at least. So, yeah.
All right, we will see how it goes. First for the start here, it's Jag Dobrzinski for the Beacons. Dobrzinski, excuse me, and Plymouth State. They will win the face-off here.
Period 1.
So down the field they go. There's number 20 taking a shot. That's going to be wide right. That was Sam McCoy missing that one.
Good job by Plymouth being aggressive right away, coming down right downfield and already shooting.
Panthers working with it. Here's number 10 with it right now. That's Gagnon. Gagnon will pass it off to his teammate who fires and scores. Number 28, Paul Luongo, one of their leaders on offense.
Yeah, like you just said, he's one of their leading scorers. He's up to now, this is his 31st goal in the season. He's second on his team in goals scored.
So within the first 38 seconds of the game, Luongo, the senior midfielder, is able to put one on the board for the Panthers. And the 2-seeded Panthers go up 1-0 to start. So here we go again with the face-off for the 6-seeded Beacons. They have number 44, Jack Dobrzinski. And the Panthers, number 27, Chuck Harrington. This time it looks like it's on the ground. Everyone's still chasing after it. And this will go Plymouth's way. So I haven't mentioned this yet, but as you can probably see, we got a wet one here on our hands for the semis.
Yes, we do.
It started raining about half an hour before the game.
Yep.
And likely will rain through the whole game here.
Yeah, man, the refs just kind of met in the middle there, and they were talking about something real quick, but then they decided this one is going the other way.
So change in call there, and the Beacons will get a chance to take it down here on offense. Number 21, Donnie Bickford with it right now.
As long as I can see the goals, if I'm just missing 5 feet of space.
He'll pass it off to Gerard. Jeremy Gerard, and Beacons working with it right now. And behind the net with it again, here's Bickford. Bickford being guarded by number 20 in the white and green. Bickford still trying to drive in here. He slips on the wet turf. Will hold on to the ball, though, and has to pass it off to a teammate. Gerard chasing after it. Will pick it up. Pass it off to number 55, Fahey. Fahey trying to charge in here. No, we'll pass it. Number 9 turns around and fires, but it's wide right. That's a miss by Connor Lenfest, the Beacons' leader in scoring.
Yeah, Matt, the way that this game started, you wouldn't have expected UMass to start for this to happen, because Plymouth State's controlled it very early on, and now UMass is putting some pressure on themselves.
And yeah, more pressure there as another shot just whiffed over top of the crossbar. A miss for Hladek there. And this one still belongs to the Beacons. They have 2 seconds to shoot, and they're not going to be able to get one off. Shot clock violation. That'll give it back to Plymouth State.
Yep. Like we already mentioned before, Plymouth is that number 2 seed. They're the team that's right below Keene State. So, and UMass, like we keep mentioning, they're only the number 6 seed, so they very well could have some problems here.
Not a problem there, though, for Gerard as he causes a turnover, and the empty net miss there.
Wow, Matt.
Didn't see who took the shot. I believe number 3, Ned Parker, I think, but couldn't put it in the empty net.
That Plymouth State goalie really took a chance coming. Robert Porter, he really took a chance coming that far out of net. He came past midfield.
Certainly a lucky break for the Panthers there. The Beacons missed an opportunity to tie it up early right there. And Panthers will go to work on offense once again. Here's Chris Waterbury with it, number 13 in the white and green. Panthers kind of just working with it here at center field. Now number 10 going to take a charge. I'll pass it off. 44. Elkins had it, and that's turned over as Elkins with a bad pass out of bounds.
Yeah, can't have bad passes like that if they want to keep it up, because like we already said, UMass has been putting some pressure on them, kind of surprisingly.
And the Beacons slipping up there. That was Masiri. And turned back over to the Panthers here. The ground ball picked up by number 30, Zachary Conrad. And the Panthers will go back to work. A shot fired there by number 28, Luongo, but it's wide of the net. And Luongo can't get his second of the game yet. But here's number 9 with the goal.
Wow.
That's
Panthers
Connor
goal scorer
D'Elia.
number 9, Connor D'Elia.
Yep. Plymouth State coming out firing here. They're not. They want to make sure the same thing doesn't happen to them that happened to Western Connecticut.
Yeah, without a doubt. Now, remember how the other game earlier today started? The Owls versus the Corsairs earlier. Owls got out to an early 2-0 lead, and then the Corsairs scored 5 in a row. So we know in this sport, of course, anything can happen.
Yep.
Would be interesting to see if the Beacons can put some on the board in response here. They will win the face-off. And Dobrzinski had it there. Now here's number 8 with it, Jack O'Brien. O'Brien being heavily guarded by Harrington. Almost
lost
loses
that.
it, but he fires
Wow.
one away, and it goes in.
That was
Jack
beautiful.
O'Brien all by
Beacons goal
himself.
scored by number 8,
Unbelievable.
Jack
He
O'Brien.
lost it on the backswing, caught it back, and then immediately as soon as he got that in the net, he just swung it and got the goal.
Yeah, that's right. Almost popped out there as the solid defense by Harrington, but O'Brien was a little better that time around.
Yep, and UMass wants to show that they can possibly do the same thing and upset the number 2 seed this time.
Yeah, that's right. So the early 2-0 lead for the Panthers, just like that, gone. The Beacons put their first of the night on the board. And here we go with the face-off. They're wrestling for it, and it looks like number 44 will win it again.
Nope, turnover.
No, it'll be turned over. Panthers take it. So here's Harrington with it. Just called his name.
Whoa.
He'll fire one away. That was way to the left. Looks like that might have come out of his net a bit earlier than he wanted.
I thought that was saved there. I could be wrong, though.
So Panthers slow it down here. Trevor Gagnon at the center.
They have plenty of time on the shot clock, too.
Gagnon gets swarmed by the Beacons defense. And now Luongo with it. Now behind the net here is number 9. He just scored
Whoa.
one. And there's a shot by number 13, Chris Waterbury. The assist
Panthers
from
goal scored by number
D'Elia.
13, Chris Waterbury.
And Waterbury, just like that, makes it 3-1 Panthers. How about that? Early
think-
on, a lot of scoring in the first.
Yep. I think both teams looking strong.
And they're going to call a timeout here on the field. We'll be back in just a moment here on the Fenton Family Dealerships Owls Media Network. All right, back here at the Owl Athletic Complex, ready for the face-off as the Panthers just made it 3-1 here versus UMass Boston. And face-off won that time by Dobrzinski. But immediately turned over here.
Both teams are. I'm noticing Matt. Both teams are playing really aggressive right now. I mean, right now it seems like Plymouth has had most of the attacking time, but UMass has had plenty of time of their own to go on the attack.
Right, yeah, Panthers certainly have gotten the upper hand on the offense so far.
Yeah.
I think for UMass, there's been a lot of turnover trouble too, especially, Dobrzinski has done a good job at getting the face-off wins, but they lose it immediately after, it seems. Anyways, here's the Panthers with it. Here's Waterbury. He just put one in the net a minute ago. Now Gagnon had it for a sec there. Casey Elkins now. He will take a shot, and it bounces off the ground too high.
I think that may have also been deflected there by their goalie, excuse me.
And we have a Beacon player down on the field here. He'll try to get back up, and will. It's number 11, Joe Masseri. And he will walk off the field under his own power. That's good to see. Some applause from the crowd. And now that he's off the field, we will resume play. Panthers still with it. Jake Burns passing to his teammate.
Beautiful.
Easily puts it in the net. Trevor Gagnon has his first of the game. Makes it 4-1.
Matt, Plymouth State's starting to pull away a little bit here.
Yeah, it certainly seems like they have the momentum right now. The Beacons need to make some stops here in the first.
Chris is thoroughly enjoying himself. I don't know.
So 4-1 the score, about 7 minutes into this contest.
Yeah, this has the makings right now to be a pretty high-scoring game, Matt.
Yeah, certainly looking like that for Plymouth at least.
Yep.
Beacons, UMass Boston, still looking to get going on offense. They've done well at the face-offs here. Maybe that could help them if they could win it again. And they do. Dobrzinski, number 44 there. He'll pass it off to his teammate, and the Beacons will go to work and look to close the gap a bit that the Panthers have already built. Number 9, Lenfest has it right now. Lenfest, one of the Beacons' leading scorers, fakes a pass. Still dancing around back there. He'll try to loop in, passes. No, took a shot actually, but it was wide. Looked more like a pass for a sec, but
For sure.
no, still Beacon's ball. Here's O'Brien with it. He has their 1 goal so far. He'll pass back.
Oh, put the spin move
defender
on him.
tripping up. And there was a missed shot there for a sec. It'll be turned over. Panthers pick up the ground ball. Number 6, Justin Auger gets it. Now clear for McCoy. And the Beacons, that time on offense, no response from UMass Boston.
Yep.
And the Panthers now again will have a chance to build the lead a little bit.
Yeah, slowly the Panthers are starting to take over this game more and more. You're seeing them spending more and more time in their attacking zone.
Yep, they got it by 3 right now. And the shot there saved by the Beacons goalkeeper. On the ground. Some pushing and shoving there. This is still a ground ball. And whistle blown. UMass Boston has possession.
Yeah, Cameron Dixon is having tons of balls being thrown his way because Plymouth is just being so aggressive.
Right, and Plymouth again continuing the aggression there. Waterbury was given
If they
Plymouth
have 4 seconds to clear it,
yeah.
they're able to.
And this one bouncing out the backfield though. Turn it right back over to Plymouth State. So here's 28 with it, Luongo.
One thing I'm noticing too is Plymouth isn't playing a really fast-paced game either. They're not really like passing around much or driving too much. They're taking their time. They're looking for those open lanes.
Yeah, it certainly looked like it as a shot taken there is no good. Bounced high for Casey Elkins. Yeah, it certainly seems like a slow and methodical offense by the Panthers so far.
As we said, part of that reason could be because of both these teams being very more defense-heavy
Elkins
teams.
almost slid right into the net, but he puts it in.
Wow.
Turned right back around, made up for his mistake, and scores.
Great recovery. He slipped his legs out. His feet went right out from underneath him, and then he got right back up and scored. Now, Matt, one thing that I'm sure, too, that this weather is affecting, because you're seeing plenty of players fall because of the rainy weather, and also the AstroTurf, not the normal artificial grass, makes it a lot slipperier.
Right.
One thing about that too is lacrosse is very much a game where you do a lot of these moves to try and get away from like whoever's defending you, and it makes it a lot harder because you can't really plant as well and move around as much. So like if you try and plant, your foot might go out from underneath you.
Yeah, can't make the sudden stops in these conditions, and kind of have your defender run past you.
Exactly.
And we saw that was an issue. They both slip right there.
Yep.
As the whistle will be blown there. And who's got the ball? The Beacons do. Plymouth State not happy with the call. But the Beacons will go to work. But yeah, I saw it a lot in the first game of the day here. Slippery field. And now that it's raining again.
And it's definitely even worse here.
Yeah, makes it a lot worse. As number 23, Cam Hladek, whistled a shot over the net. Beacons will try again. Here's Hladek with it again. He'll pass it off. And now behind the net there is number 9, Lenfest. Now Fahey, one-on-one with Auger. He'll pass it off. Bickford over to Gerard. And they have 10 seconds on the shot clock now.
Yes, they do.
Need to get one off. 5 seconds to shoot.
Good defense by Plymouth, Matt.
And that is it. Shot clock violation. That'll turn it back over to the Panthers.
I don't see how you can't be more aware of that and just try and get any shot off. Doesn't matter if it gets blocked or not.
And shot wide there by Harrington. And the Panthers back to work on offense now. As you mentioned it, Tyler, we saw their defense really shine for a moment there.
Yep.
Number 31 fires away, but on the ground.
Now their offense is playing even better than their defense just did so far.
Right, yeah. Here's Mercier with it. And the Panthers will look for another option here. Luongo passes it to Gagnon. Gagnon gets a shove. And the Panthers quickly passing it around everywhere. 28 fires. And it's saved by the Beacons goalkeeper, Cameron Dixon. So the Panthers still have it.
stretch that we've gone without seeing a goal so far.
There's a goal, right as you said it.
There it goes.
Paul Luongo will make it 6-1 Plymouth State. So Luongo, he got the first of the game, and now he's scored multiple times with that.
Yep.
Plymouth State dominating this one early on. They have the lead 6-1, and we're still not even at the end of the first quarter.
I know. This is, so far, Plymouth State is scoring pretty much. They scored as much as Keene State has in the first quarter of the last game.
Right, yeah. As switch here at the face-off for the Panthers, they'll take J.R. Barnes. He's pinned up against Jack Dobrzinski. Dobrzinski comes up with it, though. And Dobrzinski will give the Beacons a chance here. He'll fire one, but it's blocked by the goalkeeper. And that's Panthers' ball. Dobrzinski tried doing it by himself that time. So now the Panthers slowing it down. Number 44, Elkins, is with it right now. One-on-one with the defender. He'll work past him. Elkins fires.
Whoa.
No good. And this one will roll out of bounds. Still belongs to Plymouth. Gagnon passes to DeLea.
Matt, Plymouth has a really good chance to get one more goal before this quarter's over.
Yeah, they couldn't do it that time there as Luongo's shot was way too high. But that one's good. Number 10, Trevor Gagnon.
I just had a feeling this way that the Plymouth has been playing so far this game, and they had a good shot in getting one more goal, and yeah.
And right there they did it. It's 7-1 Plymouth State with a minute left in the first quarter, and we're not really seeing that strong Beacons defense that got them the win against Western Connecticut. You know, against Western Connecticut a couple days ago, the Beacons allowed WestCon to get only 7 goals in the whole game.
Yeah.
The Panthers have 7 goals in one quarter. An unbelievable start by the Panthers. And this one's on the ground here. Dobrzinski will give a shove to Harrington. And the refs will call it Plymouth ball. They have a chance to put one more on the board here before the quarter's over. Final minute of quarter one.
They have the chance to take the last shot here, Matt, because shot clock's at 55, game clock is at 32.
Right, they could use as much time as they want here. At least all the time the game clock will give them. Luongo getting shoved back. He'll pass it off to his teammate. 15 seconds on the game clock. And turned over. The Beacons goalkeeper comes up with it, and UMass might have 10 seconds to go with it. It's on the ground. Everyone chasing after it. Beacons will get it, but the clock's going to run out, and that'll end quarter number one. So a fiery first quarter by Plymouth State. How about that? A 7-1 lead already. The Panthers are taking it to them.
Yeah, Plymouth doing a good job right now taking it to UMass Boston.
All right, and with that, we'll be back in just a minute here for the start of quarter number two. It's 7-1 Plymouth State over UMass Boston here on the Fenton Family Dealerships Owls Media Network. at the Owl Athletic Complex, ready for the start of quarter number 2 between the Plymouth State Panthers and the UMass Boston Beacons. Here we go with the face-off. Dobrzinski pops it up, and he will win it. And UMass Boston, oh no, immediately stolen away actually by number 3, Sean Pete of the Panthers. And Plymouth State causing the turnovers, saved there, but not that time. Number 13, Chris Waterbury, scores it.
Scored by number 13, Chris
There you go.
Waterbury.
Just like that. Waterbury has his second of the game.
This has the making of being an absolute blowout.
So far it does. It's odd, you know, we've seen so many times Dobrzinski of the Beacons wins the face-offs. He's won the last like 6 or 7 in a row.
Yep.
But it immediately gets turned over. The Beacons give it to the Panthers, and the Panthers are able to work with it. So we'll see how the face-off goes again this time. Chuck Harrington up against Dobrzinski. Dobrzinski, the one in the black uniform. He pops it towards his team side of the field, or rather the Panthers.
Oh,
And that one's so close to the net.
Wow.
I believe Sean Pete saved that from being a Beacons goal.
Yeah.
As Robert Porter was on the ground for a second
It
there.
looked like, no, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it looked like Jack Ranta dived and was able to cut off the angle for that Plymouth State player that had a good angle there.
Yeah, it was a solid play by the Panthers defending it. And that one missed by the Beacons player, immediately turned over to the Panthers. A sloppy play there by UMass Boston will give it back to Plymouth State. So now here's number 14, Jake Burns has it. Haven't called his name yet tonight. We'll give it back to Gagnon. And there's a shot fired away. It's good for Paul Luongo. Luongo does it again.
Panthers goal scored by number 28, Paul Luongo.
And this one continues to be all Panthers.
Yeah. Panthers aren't stopping. I'm sure they're not going to let up anytime soon. They want to make sure they have a more of a comfortable lead before they start subbing out some of their more bench players.
Right, yeah, 8 goals, certainly not a bad lead.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they want more still. As we're just barely into the second quarter still of this one. Now Dobrzinski again winning the face-off, but his teammate immediately misses the pass. And the Panthers kick it downfield. Beacons will pick it up, though. Almost got the turnover. And so UMass Boston will have a chance here. Jeremy Gerard, number 2, on the far side of the field has it. Passes it off to Bickford. And the Beacons passing it all around here. Missed pass there, though. That's going to be a turnover. Ned Parker couldn't catch the pass. And Plymouth State going back to work. Oh, the Panther loses it. Burns lost it. It's on the ground. But it's still Plymouth State ball.
Of course it is, Matt, because Plymouth State is having everything go their way right now, and they're just playing out of their minds. I mean, I'm sure it helps, too, that they're playing. I mean, obviously, no offense to UMass Boston, because they played great against Western Connecticut, but I'm sure it helps that they're playing against the number 6 seed right now. That's a big reason why they're playing so well.
Yeah, definitely the mismatch in this one. A 2 versus a 6 here in the tournament.
Yeah.
And there's a shot by number 10, Gagnon, but missed.
Yeah, I think they're saying it was in the he was in the crease, so it's going the other way.
I would agree with the call there. So still, or rather now it's the Beacons' ball. Their defender almost lost it. Ranta. A lot of noise from the Plymouth State bench.
Yeah, they were able to just keep. Dartmouth was able to just keep it in bounds.
Loses it again.
Yeah, I don't know what. Boston was. I don't know what Ranta was trying to do there. He tried to roll it over to his teammate for the pass, but there was literally a Plymouth State player right there to get in front of it.
55 shot.
There's a shot by number 55, saved by the Panthers. And Fahey can't get something going for his team.
28.
UMass Boston still with their one goal.
No, turnover.
And that one's going out of bounds for Plymouth. Turned over to UMass Boston.
Wow.
So now a little bit of back and forth
Exactly.
here.
I like to see this life out of UMass Boston right now. I really want to see them start to challenge
if I call
more.
it life yet there, Tyler. Here's number 9. Fires and scores. Connor DeLea.
Well, if UMass Boston had some life, that may have taken out of them, but still, Matt, one thing we got to remember, there's so much time left.
That's true.
We're only 4 minutes into this second quarter. There's plenty of time for UMass Boston to get back into it. And
that is the thing, and so far, to put it bluntly, it's been a beating in the first quarter and a half here by the Panthers.
yeah,
But that, still 11 minutes left here in quarter 2, and then we got another entire half after that.
4, yep.
Still could go either way. As we know, momentum shifts. We saw in the Owls Corsairs game earlier. The Corsairs rattled off 5 in a row, then Keene rattled off 5 in a row.
Exactly.
It could go either way.
Yeah, and one thing to note here is, Yeah, Plymouth is on the man advantage. Robert Ranta is sitting down for a minute.
Right, good note. Whistle blown by the refs real quick. This will be UMass Boston's ball. Oh, lost, smacked away by the Panthers. Harrington. Harrington will fire, but his shot's wide. And now, Panthers with it. Here's Elkins. Shot fired there, and it's good for Luongo.
Wow.
Panthers take the lead by 10 now.
Matt, I feel like the Panthers are scoring every 2 minutes right now.
On average, probably.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Yep, 20 minutes into the game, and the Panthers have 11 goals.
Yep.
And Plymouth State continues to pour it on. Another switch here in the face-off for the Panthers. They're going to put J.R. Barnes back up against Jack Dobrzinski. Wrestling for it. Dobrzinski will chase after it and get it. I think Dobrzinski has won every face-off, at least this quarter.
Yeah, UMass is winning pretty much almost all the face-offs.
All right, they have
But
that going.
they're losing by 10.
Yeah. The Panthers really good on both ends of the field.
Yep.
Their defense causing some of those turnovers,
100%. I think the defense is a huge reason why they're winning right now, because they're able to cause those turnovers and they're able to get their offense back.
There was a shot by number 3, Ned Parker, no good. Parker, one of the leading scorers for the Beacons this season. He's got 25 on the year. Now here's Derek Caruso. We'll give it back to Fahey. .30 seconds on the shot clock for UMass. Here's Parker with it. Parker trying to work his way in. Fires! Oh, way up high. That one went to the sky, and it's Panthers ball. Beacon still can't get it going on offense.
Yep. Besides that one goal that they got to trim Plymouth State's lead down, we kind of thought they might have a chance, but Plymouth really been pulling away.
Right, yeah, the one goal by number 8, Jack O'Brien of the Beacons. He was the only one to score so far for UMass Boston.
Yep.
And now Plymouth State wants to extend upon their double-digit lead.
Yeah, Matt, I feel like if UMass can get it going defensively, they have a good chance to be right back into this game, because if they are able to stop the goals, they've had some decent offensive possessions here, but if they're able to stop Plymouth defensively, then they can get into the into their offensive zone and possibly get something going, make a comeback.
Yeah, I agree. If they can find a way to slow the Panthers' offense, which has been the key for Plymouth State so far, then that could work well for them. Here's number 9, a shot. Good. Was he in the crease? No,
And
it's
he's
good. So that's D'Elia.
Yep. Matt, I feel like every time I say something about what UMass can do, or there hasn't been a goal or something like that, Plymouth scores right after I say something.
Yeah. They're still proving themselves more and more. And this semifinal contest has been completely one-sided so far. So here we go again. Barnes versus Dobrzinski in the face-off. No surprise here, it's Dobrzinski winning it for UMass Boston.
And UMass Boston, like we just said, wins it again.
Yeah, and it'll give them a chance to go on the offensive here.
They've had so many good opportunities. They just need to get the ball in the back of the net.
Right, yeah, they've whistled off a lot of shots. They just haven't gone the right way so far.
Yep.
Now there's one, and that one will roll in. It's good. Jeremy Gerard scores for the Beacons and ends the Panthers scoring streak.
Yep.
Finally, UMass Boston. It feels like finally. At least it's only been a quarter and a half, but the Beacons get on the board again. It's 12-2 now.
Yeah.
That was nice. It was either O'Brien or Lenfest, I believe, who passed it over to Gerard, and Gerard took a shot. It actually slowly rolled on the ground into the net.
It was interesting. I don't think, excuse me. I don't think their goalie saw it on the ground there. Obviously, if he saw it, he would have kicked it away, but...
Yeah. So Dobrzinski again wins the face-off. Now, if UMass Boston can start turning these constant face-off wins into goals, that could be good for them. They do have the face-offs going perfect so far. As a bunch of substitutions here for UMass, both teams really. UMass Boston will try to score back-to-back goals here. Here's Riley passing it to a teammate, blocked by Robert Frost, or Porter. Not Robert Frost. And here's Jack Riley with it again. And contact there near the out of bounds line. Beacons still have it though. Fahey. Oh, it's on the ground. Beacons hold on to it. Here's Claflin with it.
Beacons are having a great offensive possession right here, and that shot literally went right into the waiting stick of Robert Porter.
Yes, thank you, Porter.
Yeah, Matt. As soon as you said that, I was wondering.
Yeah.
I don't remember a time when the author Robert Frost was playing lacrosse, but
No,
I don't.
the entire booth was wondering.
Yep.
Save that one for the blooper reel. Guys, the board says 12-3.
It's 12-2, yeah. Oh. Thank you. Nice, good catch.
I thought they got it.
No.
All right, now here's number 40,
I have 2 in my,
Caruso. Beacons going back to work here. Can they score another one?
They scored 1 in a row.
Now Fahey will fire
Oh.
one. It bounces to the right of the net.
I mean, Matt. Right now, I feel like Boston is showing some good signs of life. This is the longest time that I've seen them in their attacking zone.
Yeah, they have some momentum.
There
and
we go.
Wow, easily it looked like there for Fahey. He puts it in the back of the net.
Yep.
And just like that, UMass Boston has back-to-back goals. Could this be a sign of the tides changing?
I think
Or
it definitely.
shifting?
I think it definitely could be. They're doing a good job right now, putting some offensive pressure off of the face-off wins.
Right, and that is the key as we get ready for the face-off again. If Dobrzinski could win it again here,
Yep.
UMass Boston could get some momentum going.
Okay, I'm putting $100 at 44's gonna get it.
But Plymouth State, they have the 9-point lead they're working with.
Oh, come on.
And there it is. Dobrzinski wins the face-off, and UMass Boston has a chance to close the gap a little bit more.
They have to take it goal by goal. They can't try and make it all up in one goal, because obviously that's not how it works.
Right. And here's Myers.
You're killing me, Chris.
All right. And
23.
Vladik has it. Oh, that bounced off the tip of Fahey's net. The Beacons will keep it in bounds, though. Myers working with it. He passes it. It's number 9 there. Lenfest. Fake to pass. Now Lenfest will fire away, and
There we
he
go.
scores. Connor Lenfest makes it 3 goals in a row for the Beacons.
Matt, UMass Boston starting to get back into it.
Now that
Do not
that's
rule
the
them
key.
out.
You can't rule them out. They are now turning face-off wins into points.
Yes, they are.
If they can keep doing this, Plymouth State has to start worrying.
Yep.
And we have a timeout here on the field. We're going to take it with them. 4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. We'll be right back here on the Owls Media Network. All right, back here on the Fenton Family Dealerships Owls Media Network for the face-off. Dobrzinski wins it again. And the Beacons will go back to work. They've scored the last 3 in a row after, I believe, letting the Panthers get 10 in a row.
Yeah.
And Lenfest just standing with it right now. He'll pass it off to Gerard. Gerard with it, number 2.
Oh,
And that one off the post, I believe, for Joe Myers.
that was a great chance right there. Just a little bit to the left, and that's a goal.
So UMass Boston will take it back and try again. Here's Donnie Bickford. He'll give it to Caruso. Now behind the net here is Connor Lenfest. He scored the last goal for the Beacons. Eyeing down the goal. He faked a pass. Faked another. It's been his specialty tonight.
Yeah.
And now he tried
Whoa!
looping one in. And it'll be turned over.
That would have been a great goal. He chose to
Oh,
dive.
it's turned right back over by the
Wait.
Beacons. Number 40.
Oh, my.
Missed a shot.
Wow.
And it was Derek Caruso who got the turnover right next to the Panthers' net.
That was a great series of events there. He tried to dive to the right of the goal, and as he was diving, it was a over-the-shoulder shot.
That one got saved by Robert Porter. But UMass Boston holds on to it.
It's probably a piece of tape.
Oh, Fahey slips. He holds on to the ball, though, as he takes a hit to the helmet. Oh, and this one rolling. It's going to go to the Beacons, it
Yeah,
looks like
Beacons
still.
keep it. They still have plenty of time on the shot clock, too. They have 44 seconds. We're creeping up to just a 2 minutes to play in the first half.
Turned over. And the Panthers, for the first time in a couple minutes, will go back on offense. Haven't looked down towards this side of the field in a bit.
I know. Definitely the first time in a while that the Panthers have been on offense, but last time they were on offense, they did score, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, most of the times they've been on offense tonight. That Panthers, they've been a scoring machine, really. Down to 1 minute and 30 seconds left here in the second quarter. 1:30 before halftime. Now here's Luongo. Luongo already has a hat trick tonight. And that one got saved, I believe, as DeLea got shoved to the ground. Yes, Beacons save it as Dixon comes up with it. That's another thing we didn't see a lot of in the first quarter was Dixon not being able to save it in the net.
Yep.
But he denied Plymouth State that time. And now here's number 41. Fires and it's good for Jack Riley.
Just
And
under a minute to go, too.
yeah, with 46 seconds on the clock before halftime.
Man, Beacons are getting back into this game here.
Yeah, you wouldn't have thought. But it was 12-1 Panthers. Now it's 12-5. Still, the Panthers have a 7-point lead, but the Beacons have the momentum right now. They've scored the last 4 in a row. Now, can either team score one more before halftime? We'll see right here. Dobrzinski and I believe it's Barnes here in the face-off. Dobrzinski getting shoved around here, and he loses the face-off that time. That's the Panthers' first face-off win in over a quarter, even though they lead by 7.
Yeah.
So getting the win there was Casey Elkins over Dobrzinski. And they're going to call a timeout here. with 24 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So we'll be right back for the final seconds of the first half here. We'll be back. All right, back at it here. Final 10 seconds. And look at that, a goal.
Wow.
It's Paul Luongo with 11 seconds left.
That's
right.
the first time in a while Plymouth State has scored.
Yeah, right as we came back from the break, Paul Luongo gets his 4th of the game. And Plymouth State, bit of a statement right there, would you say?
Yeah.
Showing.
Plymouth State wants to keep UMass at that arm's length. They don't
Right,
want them to get close.
a bit of a reminder by the Panthers, they are the ones in control. They have an 8-point lead right now and will likely take that into halftime. So 11 seconds before the second quarter is over here. Dobrzinski falling to the ground. The ball rolling. And that's going to bring us to halftime.
Yep.
Still a commotion on the field, but that'll do it for the first half of action. 13-5 Plymouth State. Tyler, what do you think? Of course, Plymouth State dominated to start, but
Yeah.
Beacon's coming back a little. How do
Yeah.
you see the second half playing out?
Plymouth State has been playing really well so far this whole game, but I mean UMass has shown that they still have some stuff in them. I mean, I think UMass can make it closer, but I just think by the way that Plymouth State's been playing all game, then they might have this game in hand, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll be back in just a little bit to have some halftime stats and analysis. It's men's lacrosse here on the Fenton Family Dealerships Owls Media Network. All right, and welcome back to the Owl Athletic Complex
Gotta
here
go
on the
what?
Fenton
All
Family
right, here we go.
Dealerships Owls Media Network.
Sorry, I'm
If you're
too
just
excited.
tuning in here, it's men's lacrosse, the semifinals. We're at halftime, about to start the third quarter. Plymouth State, a pretty dominant first half of this one. They lead UMass Boston 13-5 right now.
Yep.
So what do you think the game so far, Tyler?
I mean, I think it's obviously right now it's a pretty one-sided game. Plymouth State's leading 13-5, but I mean, UMass Boston has shown plenty of signs of life that they can come back into this game and actually make it a pretty even game.
And with that, we'll see how it goes. Again, a reminder of what's at stakes here this evening. This is the Little East Conference tournament. So the winner tonight in this semifinal matchup will move on to the championship game tomorrow at 1 o'clock to face the home team, Keene State College, the Owls, the number 1 seed. Earlier today, as you see, they got the victory over UMass Dartmouth 18-7 here at the complex. And again, the winner tonight will go on to face the Owls tomorrow in the championship. So, with that, we're ready to go again here in the third quarter for the face-off. And no surprise here, Dobrzinski gets it. And UMass Boston will start with it. Looks like Dobrzinski staying on the field this time, actually. As he slips there, they're wrestling for it behind the Panthers' net. And the Beacons will go to work. They have an 8-goal deficit to dig themselves out of. Now here's Jack Riley with it. Riley has a goal already. Got it in the second quarter. He wants another. And he gets one.
Here we
Jack
go.
Riley right away scores one for the Beacons. And that makes it 13-6.
Beacons goal scored by number 41,
Matt,
Jack Riley.
The Beacons are coming back. I know it might be a little early, but I think it's official. The Beacons have started to make a comeback.
I'll tell you, they do have the momentum. Now here's the thing, it was 12-1 Plymouth State at some point here in the second quarter. So now with the score being 13-6, the numbers show it there. The Beacons have 5 of the last 6 goals.
Yep.
For it to be 12-1 and now 13-6. A much closer game now. UMass Boston has some momentum. And Dobrzinski, probably one of the biggest contributors to that momentum. He's been destroying it at the
There it
face-off
is again.
all night. And gets it again there. Loses it for a sec. But now he holds on to it. As the other number 44, Elkins, all over him. He's going to pass it off. Riley, who just scored, trying to take it downfield. He's being guarded by Chuck Harrington. Riley wants one again, and he gets another one. Back-to-back goals to start the third quarter for Jack Riley.
Scored by number 41,
13-7 now, Matt.
Riley.
Unbelievable. I mean, it's a six-point game now.
Yep.
Still plenty of time left for either team to, win. But
Exactly.
the way it was earlier, 12-1 Plymouth State, I didn't see this one getting within 10 for the rest of it
I
myself.
agree with you. Looks like UMass Boston's actually making a change for their face-off.
How about that? Yeah, it's number 27, Tom Redmond, who will be facing J.R. Barnes here in the face-off. We'll see if Redmond can be as good as his teammate, Dobrzinski. And Barnes and Redmond wrestling for it, absolutely. And it's rolling out of bounds. Can they save it?
Yep.
Yes. Number 22, Tommy Wilbur Jr. will get it. And UMass Boston wins another face-off, but that's turned over. Intercepted by Chuck Harrington. Right at the center of the field. And Plymouth State, missed shot there. Believe Steve Tewksbury took it. No. Delea did. Plymouth State, now they've been great on offense all night. Have scored most of their trips downfield. Can they do it again here?
Yeah, it does feel like almost every time that Plymouth has been in the attacking zone, they've got a goal out of it.
Whistle blown before Elkins fired that one away. And it's turned over. Beacons own it. And we're back underway. So no goal that time downfield for the Panthers. Oh, and the UMass Boston player loses it. Panthers have it in great field position. Not many defenders. Fires and scores. Number 9, Connor DeLea.
That worked out perfectly for Plymouth State. They were able to get the turnover, and they had the numbers there, and so they were easily able to make a pass and get the goal.
A perfect situation for Plymouth State, getting a turnover in great field position.
Yep.
And they will build their lead back up to 7 points now. So 14-7. And back in for the face-off this time is Jack Dobrzinski. Just the face-off machine for the Beacons. He's squaring off with J.R. Barnes here. Oh, but the Panthers will get it. Number 27, Chuck Harrington picks it up before Dobrzinski could get to it. And so Plymouth State wins a face-off. There goes your hot take. So here's Jake Burns. He'll give it to Trevor Gagnon. Now Waterbury has to step back for a sec. He'll give it to Gagnon. Gagnon calling the play to his teammates. He'll run behind the net, pass it off to DeLea. DeLea to number 28, Paul Luongo. And Luongo scores again. That's his 5th of the night.
Luongo is leading this team right now.
Unbelievable job by Luongo. And just like that, the Panthers have back-to-back goals. This is now starting to look like the Panthers of the first quarter.
Yep.
Once again. So the Panthers on a bit of a scoring streak again now. Can the Beacons respond and get back on the board? Dobrzinski likely will give him a good chance to do that here if he can win the face-off. And he will. With ease almost, it looks like. Oh, this one's on the ground, though. Good chance for Plymouth State to come up with it. And, yeah, a bad turnover by UMass Boston. That's reminiscent of the first quarter, too.
Yep. Yeah, there's definitely a good chance that Plymouth State might start to get back into it like they did in the first quarter and just be like, all right, we started getting down a little bit. We're not going to let this happen again.
Right, especially if UMass Boston keeps making the costly turnovers. They really gathered it up over the last quarter or so, but there was one you saw right there, giving the Panthers a chance here. That was saved by Dixon, but the Panthers still have it, and turned over. The ground ball picked up by Jack Fournier.
And Matt, Plymouth State is staying here in the offensive.
Yep, turned back over here. Great field position for Plymouth State. Chase Mercier, number 31 there.
I think if UMass has a chance to come back, I'm saying here, Matt.
I mean, with the 8-point difference.
Yep. Obviously, there's
I
chances
think-
they could.
Here is Lenfest with it. Oh, Riley loses it.
Whoa.
It just bounced. Now here's Waterbury. And the Panthers slowing it down really biding their
Yep.
time here.
They have plenty of time, too. Just under 50 seconds on the shot clock.
A lot of points here tonight. So 16-7 now. What are you thinking if you're UMass Boston? The Panthers have sort of found their footing again.
Yeah, I think you need to be a little worried about what could happen.
Yeah, it's now a 9-point lead. The Panthers, again, the Panthers' largest lead of the night was by 11. They have it by 9 now, making it even harder on the Beacons to make the comeback. And this one is Beacons' ball after the face-off. Here's Matt Palin with it. And now Caruso. He'll give it to his teammate who just subbed in, Laddick. And UMass just kind of passing it around right now, looking for an opportunity to present itself. Bickford will fire away. And easily saved there by Robert Porter. Oh, but a missed pass there by Harrington. And UMass Boston will pick it back up, turned over. Tommy Wilbur Jr. gets it. He'll pass it up to Masseri. Good to see number 11, Joe Masseri, there back in the game. He had the bad-looking fall in the first quarter. So number 11 of the Beacons, okay, and back in this one.
Definitely good to see.
Masseri gives it to Riley. Riley wanted to fire. Now he will. And no good. Beacons still have it, though. Here's number 11 firing and scoring. It's Joe Masseri.
That rolled right underneath his legs there.
Joe Masseri.
How about that? Masseri, after getting injured in the first quarter, comes back into the game in the third and finds the back of the net.
Yeah.
That's his first goal of the night. And that's always cool to see. You know, it's worrisome whenever you see a player go down and kind of limp off the field, but to see him come back later in the game and
it's awesome.
Contribute like that, that's really cool. So Masseri will help bring break up the momentum the Panthers were just building.
Yep.
And UMass Boston not out of this one yet. Here we go for the face-off. Dobrzinski pops it up and wins it. As J.R. Barnes had a slide there.
Yep.
He'll come off the field. And Panthers with it on offense now. They'll slow it back down. Trevor Gagnon playing the point there. He'll charge in. Takes a shot from Mauseri. Here's DeLea. He'll give it to his teammate Burns.
I'm sure Plymouth is going to want to get another goal on the board.
Right, respond as a missed shot there by Chris Waterbury. They want to respond to the Beacon's last goal.
Yep.
As 5 seconds on the shot clock. Missed shot there by Paul Luongo. Haven't seen Luongo miss too many tonight. Panthers still have it now with 5 seconds to shoot. And the clock will tick down. Shot clock violation by the Panthers. So UMass Boston will get it off the turnover. Bunch of substitutions on the field, and the Beacons will go back on the attack.
That's a good break for the Beacons right there.
Yeah, able to get the stop that time, not letting Plymouth State score anymore. Here's Jack Riley now. Riley with a hat trick on the night now for the Beacons after he scored 2 goals here in the third.
Have you been able to get any participation?
Now Riley gives it to Caruso. And Fahey. Nobody driving in yet. Here's Parker. Has to give it back to Fahey. Fahey passes to a teammate. Caruso saves it from going out of bounds, but it goes right into the net of Zachary Conrad for the Panthers. Plymouth State charging back downfield. That's Conrad still working with it.
Put on the moves, too.
And passes it off to McCoy. Here's Burns. Now Casey Elkins trying to drive past Mauseri.
2-9.
Oh, this one's on the ground. The Beacons chasing after it. And the defense of the Panthers have to get in formation here quick.
Ooh.
Missed opportunity there for the Beacons. As Jeremy Gerard had to, or excuse me, Ned Parker had to jump to try to catch that pass.
Yep.
So the Beacons can't come up with it that time.
Yeah.
And Plymouth State, they'll take it right back here. Dangerously close to being out of bounds. The Panthers stay in bounds. There's a shot by DeLea, saved by Dixon. And UMass Boston goes back on offense again here. The team's really going back and forth now the last couple of minutes.
Yes, they are. Neither team is gaining much of an advantage. Watch, as soon as we say this, watch when these teams are going to score. That's how it's been all game so far.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes. Beacons chilling with it at midfield right now. And here's Joe Myers, number 10.
One thing to note too, Matt, is the rain is starting to pick up here again a little while. For a little while, it kind of let up a little bit and wasn't really raining too much. Now it's starting to rain a little more here.
And as we say that, UMass Boston misses another shot there. Lenfest couldn't find the net. And you see the hoods and umbrellas going back up in the grandstands. It is starting to rain again here in the third quarter.
That's
missed
right
pass there.
Yeah.
But luckily, Gagnon there to save it from going out of bounds and being a turnover.
Yeah, that went right past Burns.
Oh, look at that. A quick pass and goal. Paul Luongo has a double hat trick.
Yes, he does.
Paul Luongo.
Luongo putting him up like no problem.
Unbelievable. Yeah, the pass from somebody. I didn't even see who had it, actually. Jake Burns? No, Gagnon. Gagnon will get the assist on that
he
one.
will.
And it's now 17-8 Panthers, and Plymouth State keeping themselves ahead. UMass Boston will need to find some momentum here if they want to make the comeback in the fourth. We got 1 minute and 10 seconds left in the third quarter now.
Plenty of time.
Yeah, we've seen some late quarter goals a lot here today at the complex. Could easily happen again here, as Plymouth State will win this face-off. It's Sam McCoy winning it. He'll give it upfield to Harrington. And, flicked in just like that, behind the back. Connor, Connor DeLea.
Wish we had instant replay on that. That was beautiful, behind the back.
How about that? Yeah, DeLea. Man, that was unbelievable. He sort of turned around, his back facing the goalie, and then flicked it backwards into the net. That was unbelievable. A skilled shot.
This lead, just like that, Matt, is already back up to 10 goals.
And now the Panthers really starting to assert themselves a bit more. They haven't led by double digits since the first quarter. Face-off one here by UMass Boston. Tommy Wilbur picks it up. And the Beacons will have about 30 seconds to score before the end of the quarter. Riley finds a teammate. It almost bounced in there for Ned Parker. But Robert Porter saves it in the net for the Panthers. Oh, turned over here. Fahey gets it. Oh, but a bad missed pass. That would have been such a good opportunity for the Beacons to score.
Yep, and we have 10 seconds left here, Matt.
Yep, 10 seconds. And don't know if they're going to get downfield in time. It's going to be Sean Pete firing. And his shot is too high. So, at the end of the third quarter, it's 18-8 Plymouth State. And I I'd say Plymouth State looking to be in pretty good shape right now.
I'd agree with that, Matt, but we'll have to see. You never know what can happen. There's still 15 minutes left.
All right, anything could happen still. So we'll be back in just a minute for the final quarter of this one to see who's moving on to the championship. We'll be right back. All right, back here at the Owl Athletic Complex here on the Fenton Family Dealerships Owls Media Network. And ready for the start of the fourth quarter here between UMass Boston and Plymouth State. And the Beacons will win the face-off.
Yep. Again.
Yeah. So the Panthers have led the entire game so far, and they currently lead by 10 points. Certainly in good position headed into the fourth here. But we'll see what the Beacons can do now on offense. Oh, Gerard loses it.
Yep.
And everyone wrestling for it.
Oh.
Believe Jack O'Brien picked it up and then attempted a shot, but it went out of bounds.
Yeah, it was kind of like a spinning shot there.
Yeah. So Plymouth State will take this one now. Harrington almost lost it there at midfield. And now Paul Luongo slowing it down a little bit. Luongo definitely has been the star tonight for Plymouth State.
Oh, he's been the star for both teams.
Yeah, the entire game. He has 6 goals in the game now, if I'm not mistaken. That's a double hat trick for the Panthers, number 28. And here he is again. Luongo attempted a pass, it looks like. Oh, big shot there on the field. Wow.
Laid him out.
Jack Fournier lighting up the Panthers player. Everyone's okay.
Ooh.
And Riley almost scored again for the Beacons there. That was quite a turn of events. Didn't even know UMass Boston had it.
I know. Yeah, I saw him working right downfield. He got behind the defense.
Wow, so just like that. An absolute body check by Jack Fournier on defense, and UMass Boston will now take it on offense.
Oh.
That is wide by Donnie Bickford.
Yep.
A couple back-to-back misses here by the Beacons. They'll have another chance, though, as Lenfest slipped. Here's Jack Riley. Riley puts the spinner on, and it's saved by Robert Porter.
Good save by Porter.
Now McCoy will fire one away. No good. Here's Connor DeLeo with it. Gagnon will pass to Mercier.
Yep.
Mercier running in.
Seems like Plymouth State is really taking their time right now.
Rightfully so. Waste the clock a little bit. Gagnon taking some shoves from Mauseri. Now Gagnon against Mauseri again. Passes it to number 14. That shot just barely wide of the net for Jake Burns. Now Mercier. He'll pass it to a teammate in front of the net as the shot clock winding down.
It'll end up being a turnover anyways.
Right, so no goal that time for Plymouth State.
Oh, that one went off the post, I believe.
And it'll go right back to the Panthers. I swear they go downfield quicker than I can turn my head sometimes. Man. Just like that, the Panthers will take it back here on offense. And likely they will bide their time here. No reason to rush.
Yep, not at all. Still 10 minutes left in this game. You have a 10-goal lead. Take your time a little bit.
Gagnon slipped up there. Had to pass it to Mercier. We got a flag on the field here.
This is the first penalty of the game so far.
Yeah, first penalty flag of the game.
Second, excuse me.
Mercier tried to fire in a shot and missed. This penalty will be on UMass Boston. Believe number 7 there, Matt Palin. And it's an illegal body check, I believe, he's getting called on. So Palin will take a 1-minute penalty, and haven't said this at all yet, but Plymouth State playing one man up right now.
Yep. Nope, this is the second time.
Second time. Yeah, I just didn't say it the first time, you know. But we're going to have a timeout on the field here, and we'll go ahead and take it with them. 10-point lead for the Panthers, and there's 10 minutes left in this one. We'll be right back. All right, back here at the Owl Athletic Complex, here on the Fenton Family Dealerships Owls Media Network. Final 10 minutes of this semifinal matchup.
13.
And there's a shot and goal for number 13, Chris Waterbury. Believe that's his third of the game.
Yep.
Give Waterbury a hat trick.
Goal scored by number 13, Chris Waterbury.
19-8.
Yeah, so an 11-point lead, and the Panthers have a bigger lead than there are minutes left, if you will. You know,
Yep.
The UMass Boston will have to score more than 1 goal a minute now if they're going to make the comeback here. We'll need a lot of fast breaks downfield, but certainly Plymouth State in great position now to move on to the championship tomorrow.
Yes, they are.
If that happens, it'll be the 1 seed, Keene State, versus the 2 seed, Plymouth State, tomorrow at 1 o'clock in the championship. But here's UMass Boston.
44 to 5.
A quick goal. How about that for the response?
Yeah.
It's Jack Fournier scoring. He's a defender.
Yeah, that was beautiful too. Fournier faked the shot, held it just a little bit longer for the goalie to come out a little further out of the net and just pretty much put it right in.
I believe that was odd. Dobrzinski, a face-off and midfielder, will get the assist, and Jack Fournier, a senior defender. That's his first goal of the season.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons. He's a defender. Wow. Unreal there. That was within about 10 seconds.
Yes,
of
it
the
was.
face-off. Let's see if they can do it again. Dobrzinski wins it.
I didn't even need to look for that.
And UMass Boston. If they're going to make the comeback, I think that's the way to do it. That was a quick breakdown field
Exactly.
and
Get
score.
the quick goals.
Yeah. So here's Jack O'Brien with it.
They're gonna have to average about a goal a minute here.
O'Brien fires and scores!
There
They're
you go.
averaging 2 goals a minute over the last
So
minute,
far.
I guess. But, man,
Beacons goal scored
how
by
about
number
that?
8, Jack O'Brien.
Jack O'Brien, he scored the first goal of the game for the Beacons and hadn't scored since, but there he is. 2 goals now for O'Brien, and it's a 9-point game,
Yeah, still an uphill battle here, Matt.
without a doubt.
Like I
If
said,
they can keep doing this.
That's a hard thing to ask of UMass to score a goal, to average out a goal a minute here for the rest of the game.
Uphill battle, the wise Miley Cyrus once said.
And whistle blown. That's going to give the face-off to the Panthers. And a response. Look
Wow.
at that. Number 27, Chuck Harrington. Quicker, almost quicker than I could say it.
I know.
Man,
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
we've now seen 3 goals in the last 45 seconds.
That's crazy.
Unbelievable. And Plymouth State saying, no, we're going to keep our double-digit lead. Thank you.
Yep.
20 to 10, and the Panthers own it by 10 points again now.
I was not expecting that. 3 goals in the span of 45 seconds.
Yeah, certainly not.
2 from one team, 1 from the other.
Different player in the face-off here for the Panthers. It's, how about number 10, Trevor Gagnon, one of their offensive stars this game.
Yep.
He's going to have to go up against the big Dobrzinski. And Dobrzinski will win it easily. He'll pass it right off to Jack Riley. And UMass Boston will go to work on offense here. Riley rolls it over to Jeremy Gerard. Now here's Lenfest behind the net. Passes it to Riley. Riley tries driving in. Passes it. It's on the ground right in front of the net. And Beacons still have it. This one's on the ground, going to be turned over. Still bouncing around. No, Riley gets it. Riley passes that one back to Caruso. He had to jump for it.
He keeps it, though.
Just barely. And while all this crazy near turnover stuff is happening, they have about 20 seconds to shoot. Flag on the play here. We'll see what the call is in a sec. Gerard passes that behind the net.
Ooh.
On the ground, 10 on the shot clock. Riley
Get a shot off.
has it. Loses it, though. And it's going to be turned over just like
The
that.
whistle's going to blow.
It's going to be on Plymouth.
So the penalty will be on Plymouth State, it looks like here. Number
1 minute 27 slash.
Yeah, number 27, Chuck Harrington, who scored a minute ago for the Panthers, now being called on the slash. That's a 1-minute penalty.
Yep.
All right, back at it here. UMass Boston has possession as the penalty was on the Panthers. Now here's Lenfest. Passes it to number 3, and he scores!
Whoa.
Ned Parker finds the back of the net.
Beacons goal scored by number 3.
I mean, they're doing a good job here getting the goals fast.
However, I don't think that one was fast. They wasted a lot of time having to get that one. 7 minutes and 30 seconds remain.
Yep,
in
that
the
also
game.
means that the penalty is over.
Right. And so here we go again with the face-off. The Panthers' J.R. Barnes will go up against the Beacons' Dobrzinski. Panthers hold a 9-point lead. And they're headbutting for it, fighting. Dobrzinski pops up, and he'll give it to Jack Riley. Beacons win the face-off, and they'll try to cut the gap a little more on this one. They're down by 9. Here's number 8, Jack O'Brien. Oh, this one bounces up in the air. And it will be turned over. No, here's number 55, Fahey keeps it, gives it to O'Brien, and O'Brien scores!
Matt, they're doing
Just
what they
like
have
that.
to do. They're scoring just about a goal a minute right now.
Unbelievable.
Keep it up.
Jack O'Brien.
The question is, how long can they keep it up? Will they be able to keep it up for long enough? It's a 20-12 now. This is the closest the Beacons have been to the lead in a while.
Yep.
Still, that's trailing by 8. But how about O'Brien? O'Brien now with the hat trick. He's
Yep.
got 2 goals this quarter, had the one in the first. And so, now 6:49 on the clock. Dobrzinski against Barnes again. Pushing, fighting for it. Dobrzinski gets tripped up. Whistle blown, and the Panthers do not like that call.
No, they do not.
Flag here. And it looks like it's going to go against the Panthers. Maybe some
My guess is gonna
jawing.
be. My guess is gonna be in sportsmanlike conduct here.
Yeah,
Let's wait and find out.
that's likely what it is. Number 27, Chuck Harrington, once again. He's being called for unsportsmanlike conduct,
Dylan, what'd you say?
as he probably did not like the call and had a
Yep.
bad reaction to it.
We don't have the time.
And we don't know the time of the penalty. It'll be 30 seconds.
Yep.
So just a quick penalty for Harrington, but UMass Boston will have the one-man advantage. So a good chance for UMass Boston to score again. Fahey gives this one to Lenfest. Oh, Fahey drops it. Still trying to pick it up. He'll give it back to Lenfest.
Score a goal again, quick.
Claflin. And now Fahey again behind the net. Oh, it's popped up. The Panthers will take it. And there goes the one-man advantage that the Beacons had. Harrington is back in the game. Or rather, a teammate of his is. And so the Panthers, a good chance to waste some of the clock here. Here's Mercier with it. Now 40 seconds on the shot clock. Waterbury almost gets tripped up there.
Smart move, kind of taking it back a little bit.
Now Waterbury looks like and a goal there. It's number 9, Connor DeLea. And DeLea.
Number 9, Connor DeLea.
Or DeLea, rather. He gets it off the pass from Waterbury. So now it's a 9-point Panther lead once again with 5 minutes to go. And this one starting to slip through the fingertips of UMass Boston. Their chance for a comeback, that is. And the task grows even bigger for the Beacons.
Yep, and we are at 5 minutes remaining in the game just now.
Beacons certainly not rushing downfield here. Here's Riley. Riley passed that to number 23.
Oh!
And there's a goal right like that for Connor Lenfest.
Beautiful.
Good response by the Beacons.
Number 9, Connor Lenfest.
I've lost track of how many goals Lenfest has, but it's a decent amount,
Yes,
I'm
he
pretty
does.
sure. Lenfest finds the back of the net again, and Cam Hladek will get the assist on that one. So under 5 minutes to play now. And Plymouth State, of course, still in control. And Dobrzinski gets the face off. He slips though, loses
Whoa.
it, and Harrington will pick it up. Harrington makes a Beacon player fall. There's a flag on the field.
Yep, delayed penalty coming against against Plymouth State.
And that
Excuse me, it's against
penalty,
UMass, my bad.
Yeah, that penalty will be assessed whenever we get a chance to stop the play here.
Yeah, whenever it'll stop as soon as UMass touches the ball.
Oh,
and
big
that will
shove
do it.
there. And now Riley with it.
We have another one coming too.
Yeah, 2 penalty flags here.
We're going to get 2 on UMass to get rid of.
It's like 2 penalties here on UMass Boston. It's number 13, Jack Ranta, and number 41, Jack Riley. They'll both be coming out of the game for the Beacons, serving penalties.
13.
1 minute on 13. 30 seconds on
And
So-
41.
yes.
So for the next 30 seconds, it's going to be some 9 on 7.
big advantage for Plymouth State there.
Yep.
2-man advantage. And they have the ball. So Plymouth State could add another goal to their massive total tonight. They've scored 21 times.
Yep.
Here's Mercier with it. Gives it back to Gagnon.
And that will do it for the first 30-second penalty. Now it's only 25 seconds of a man advantage for Plymouth State.
And Plymouth State really not trying to take advantage of that, just wasting the clock a little
Oh,
bit.
I don't blame them. That's what I would do too.
Right, yeah. Why not? Using every bit of that 8-point lead that they have.
Yep.
And with under 3 minutes to go now, I'd say for the Panthers, they likely all but have this one locked up.
28.
Less than 10 seconds on the shot clock now. And they're going to let the shot clock just run out. So, shot clock violation. We'll give it back to the Beacons.
Not a bad idea. I mean, there's 2.5 minutes left. It's almost impossible for UMass to come back in that amount of time.
Yeah, no doubt.
So just just keep letting the shot clock wind down, pretty much, if you want to.
Right, down by 8 with under 2.5 minutes to play here. The Beacons will need a scoring party here in the final minutes. And they don't even have the ball. It's a Plymouth State possession, actually. Luongo with it right now, number 28. And he's just going to play keep away, it looks like.
Yep. Great,
Pass it to
like
a
I
wide
said,
open
great
teammate,
idea.
but that goes out of bounds. So turned over to the Beacons. Under 2 minutes to play.
4 minutes. Let's go. Make up 5. Let's go.
Just under 2 minutes. No more goals. Let's make this happen.
Your line. Oh, you want save. Shot save.
And a shot saved there by Porter. Now 1:30 left, and looks like the Panthers are going to walk away with a victory here tonight, Tyler.
Yep. Certainly looks like it.
UMass Boston, they didn't go down easy here tonight, but Plymouth State, a strong offensive showing all night long here. And there's actually going to be a timeout here. So we'll take it with them real quick before this one's over. We'll be right back here on the Fenton Family Dealerships, Owls Media Network. All right, back at it here. Final minute of action in this semifinal matchup of the men's lacrosse LEC tournament between the Panthers of Plymouth State and the Beacons of UMass Boston. And Plymouth State, solid performance here tonight.
Yep.
Against the Beacons. Empty net here by the Beacons. And not anymore. But anyways, looking ahead to tomorrow, the championship game will be the number 1 seed, Keene State, versus the number 2 seed, Plymouth State. The Panthers, they'll move on to face the Owls here at the Owl Athletic Complex tomorrow.
Yes, they will.
Should be an exciting matchup. Always when you get a 1 versus a 2.
Yes, it should be a very exciting match.
Yeah, the best potential matchup. So, final 20 seconds of this.
It's also going to be Keene and Plymouth, you know that. Obviously, in-state rivalry.
Yes,
And there's a goal for UMass, Matt.
Yep, quick goal here in the final seconds, just adding to the stat total.
By number 55, Dara Fahey.
It's Fahey able to get it. So, a little extra something there for the Beacons at the end to end their season on. And so 13 seconds left. The high fives and hugs all around on the Panthers sidelines as they will fight for the Little East Conference Championship tomorrow here at the complex. And again, you brought it up, Tyler, the classic rivalry. Keene State versus Plymouth State. You got to love it.
It's going to be, should be exciting, Matt.
Yep, and we will see it tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Meanwhile, this one is over. Plymouth State wins it 21-14 over the Beacons.
Yep, and tomorrow we have, like you said, Plymouth State going against Keene State. But until then, I hope everybody can enjoy watching the Celtics playoff game against the Bucks. Hope you guys can enjoy that.
Right, yeah, you can tune into that on ESPN. We had it up on a little tablet up in here during this one. Exciting stuff there.
Yep, go Celtics.
Playoff ball. for lacrosse and basketball. But yeah, anyways, Plymouth State wins it here tonight, and they'll move on to tomorrow. We'd like to thank you all for joining us here on the Fenton Family Dealerships Owls Media Network. For all of us here, I'm Matt Holderman. I was joined alongside by Tyler DeRosa, and that'll do it. Hope you can join us for the championship tomorrow, and have a good night.